This is the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. It offers 4K resolution, and here's everything that comes inside the box. We have the controller right here. We have the volumes on the side. It does come with the batteries, which is nice. And we have the streaming stick right here that literally just plugs into your HDMI port on your TV. And it comes with the USB-A to USB-C cable to power it on. This is what the interface looks like once you set up. I'm going to do a scroll test just so you guys could see how fast or how smooth the interface is, or how not smooth it is as well. So I'm going to say this is not buttery smooth. It's okay. It's not terrible, but it's not buttery smooth. And then let's do some just loading tests just so you guys could see how fast things open. So we'll kind of go through it so you guys could kind of see how fast things take. And obviously this does depend on your internet speeds, also on your router and how fast your router supports and how close it is to this device. So I'm just going to do some load tests, and then I'm going to fast forward, press OK, just so you guys could see. It loads pretty quickly, but again, this does depend on your router and also on your internet speeds as well. So I'm just moving through things just so you guys could see how fast stuff loads. So it did do was pretty fast overall for this. Now let's go to Prime Video. I can also click on the shortcut on the remote to go to Prime Video, and we'll see how fast this goes. Now again, this does depend on your internet speed. So my internet speeds are very fast at 5 gigs up and down, and I have a fast router right now, and if I were to test with my phone, it would go very, very fast. So I'm going to click on resume, and then we'll just see how fast this thing loads up to play. And I'll fast forward this one as well. And let's see how fast that loads. So that was pretty fast. It's not instant, but it's pretty fast. But if we were to scroll through stuff, again, it's okay, but it's not buttery smooth. You could tell it's not buttery smooth in terms of moving stuff if you're trying to go through it quickly or whatever, but it's not bad. And again, for the price, it's actually pretty good. But that's some load tests. Now let's do an internet speed test. So let's go to settings, and we'll go to network, and we'll go to check connection, and let's press OK. Now again, this does depend on your internet speeds, your router placement, how fast your router is, because this is an only Wi-Fi device. So I'm running stuff that's very, very fast, and if I did a speed test on my OnePlus 15, it would be much faster than this. So this one on the bottom right, it says internet download speed, and it says good, and it says 216 megabits per second. So, which is generally pretty good for something like this, but I have seen other devices go faster, but that's why it's not just about the speed, but how fast things load. That's why I want to show you guys how fast things load. Okay, we can also look at live TV. So, depends on where you are, but you know, if I want to watch something on this, I could press OK, and then I don't need an antenna or anything. This is going through my internet, and then I could scroll through stuff, and then this is kind of how fast things load, just so you guys get an idea of how fast things are kind of moving, basically how fast things load. Okay, and again, you don't need an antenna for that. It just works through your internet to get you these channels. Now, something worth mentioning is that the Roku Streaming Stick Plus does not support Dolby Vision, nor does it support Dolby Atmos. So if that is important to you and your hardware already supports that, I would not get the streaming stick. I would get something else, like the Roku Ultra, for example, does support that. And there are other budget items that are not Roku, like the ON 4K Plus, which I recently reviewed, that does support Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So that is another option for a pretty low price as well. Okay, so, and if you're wondering, you can customize where the where the apps are. So you select the app, you click on the asterisk, and you click on move app, and then you can move it to where you want. And I should also mention, with the Roku channel, you get a lot of stuff for free. Now, it does require ads, so I mean, they do have ads in there. So, and not everything in here is free. So some of the stuff, it's like, oh, you need Paramount Plus for this, for example. So just because it's there doesn't mean it's free. but some of the stuff is free. Like, see Beetlejuice, for example. It says watch now. And then there's little diamonds on the bar right there, and it shows you where the ads would be if you did decide to watch this whole movie. So it's not too many ads, but it's nice that you do get to watch a decent number of stuff for free. And I should also mention that there is the Howdy app by Roku, and that's the ad-free Roku channel, basically. So something like that. So it's ad-free TV. It's $2.99 a month as of now, and they have a bunch of stuff on this that you could watch ad-free. Now, I don't know if it's a one-to-one with the Roku channel, but I was Googling it, and it looks like it's pretty close to a one-to-one. Now let's do a voice search. Bloodsport. Now, with voice search, what it's going to do is it's going to look for this movie on all the platforms that's available, or at least as many as it can find. And you can actually watch Bloodsport as of now on the Roku channel for free. So I could press OK, and then it does show me again where the ads are on the little bar on the bottom, where the diamonds are. That's where an ad would be. But the fact that I could watch Bloodsport on this is actually pretty awesome. Now, let's go back to that. So let me go to Home, Bloodsport. Now, I happen to purchase Bloodsport on Prime, so I could press OK on this, and I could go to 9 other ways to watch. And it does show me that it is on Prime, but it can't go into my account and see that I did purchase it. It just says from $2.99. But if I press OK on this, once it opens up the Prime Video app and I select my account, it will just go to that movie and start playing it, because it sees that, oh, I in fact bought it, because Prime Video sees that I bought it. But it's just from the outside. I'm not going to instantly know, because I might have forgotten that I purchased that movie. But see, once I selected my account, it just started playing the movie, and obviously there is no ads on this because I did purchase this movie. But another useful thing with Roku is the voice search John Wick. So the voice search, because I'm inside the Prime Video app, it actually searches for John Wick within Prime Video, which is fantastic. And then it also searches for it outside of that as well. So I could press OK on this one, and then it's going to show me all the ways that I can watch it. But because I was in the Prime Video app, it was showing me inside Prime Video. And then again, it says from $3.99, but I in fact bought that movie. But the fact is that within the app, I can search for stuff, and then it's just easy, because then I could just go to it and then I'll see if I bought it or not. But if I search for something that's free for everyone, as long as you're a Prime subscriber, as long as you're paying for Amazon's Prime, Reacher, that will show up with Prime, and it does say watch now, available free. Okay, now let's go to the live TV, just to show you guys that you could also watch live TV without an antenna. Again, this is going through your Roku, which is going through your internet, and obviously you need internet for this thing to work, because that's how it uses that. But you can watch these live stuff if you want. This is all the channels. You can go to recommended add-ons, and there's a lot of stuff here. So if I want to watch Dateline, for example, I could press OK, and then it just loads up, and then I could change the channels like this too if I wanted it to. So there it is. And then another cool thing with Roku is that you could customize your theme. So if you want to pick a different theme, so there's different themes I could pick. And then if you don't have it downloaded, like this one's not downloaded, it would download it and apply it. If you have one that's already downloaded, like let's say this one, I could press OK. I'd say set theme pack, and it just sets it. I can also change the wallpaper. There's wallpaper options where I could change the wallpaper. And then there's also screensaver options where I could set a specific screensaver. And I kind of like this fish tank one. And so you can have a screensaver be like a fish tank, which Roku's had this for quite some time now. But there's a lot of customization with Roku, that there's really just kind of a lot of options in there. For the price, you're getting a lot with this thing. The question is this the best device for the price? And that's why I'm going to compare this to the On 4K Plus. I'm also going to compare it to the Fire TV Stick 4K Max, and then I'll let you guys know what my opinion is on that. But overall, this is a pretty good device. It's not perfect. There is some stuff missing. Again, like Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, if you wanted that. And there's no Ethernet connection to it, and the Wi-Fi is not super fast, but that's why I wanted to do a load test, and it actually did pretty good for that. So there it is. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.